just like.
I guess they seem to be
When you get a chance, can you do these 4 too? Thank you so much.
Sarah, and I got some spray in that bag.
Yes, thank you.
It's almost straight citronella. It's pretty strong.
Okay.
4 coils going in.
This one? I'm getting my ankles.
Oh, you know what? I'm just sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's and if it fills up in there,
Yeah.
I'm going to close the gate.
Okay.
Just so people don't do stuff like actually, I might just put this on Jason's driveway.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Is it just because of the charge it's got purple, or is there purple light?
There's purple lights. The lights are out there. I don't know how to use these lights, so whenever Jason left the night.
Affirmation thing, you can put it on the fridge. sprayed it on my feet, but it doesn't seem to work for me.
So we're having a lot of more mosquito things issues here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Are we getting close to 5?
Like 8 minutes up. Someone else talking.
She does my hair too.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
The sounds are triggering the memory, and it's the body so it's something like, nope, it's not for me. I'm like, okay, it's not for everyone. Right. But I've had that experience too. Like I can sometimes, like I feel like there's helicopters blasting in my ears, and I can hear my screaming. So it just depends on what's going on in the collective. Very Alright. I mean, yeah, it's definitely. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I do. In that bag. I sprayed it on my feet, but I know. Somebody else had given me that bottle. I was just taking a piece of tape off my foot. I forget why he told me that was it. Oh, leg lane. The rest of my body's pretty stiff. Put the pants down. Huh? Put the pants down. I almost wore like boots because I did think that.
Lots of that. You put some chairs.
No, we have 3 chairs.
Or we could go further back and
No, I like
we could set up on the grass over there.
no, I like
But I'm not even take your shoes off.
That was rude.
Oh, you're all set. You're gonna share.
Fine. But I get this section.
We can also extend. We can just extend it.
It's not coming.
And I have yoga mats and a blanket. So, you have to get it.
Darn it.
Like that.
Blanket. So, yeah, if you want to set them up, awesome.
He seems charged.
You can look at some. Good? Okay.
I get this blanket.
But we don't need all these chairs.
Yes, we do. Fine, we need 2 though.
You don't really know all your books.
Give me Sealy.
Okay, so here's the thing.
You brought card games? You didn't?
They're eating that. It's crazy how they get like a one night. Here, I'm gonna go here. You know, they'll have a series. But you can walk around. Yeah. That's our only problem. It's not cheap. Yes. More about
Kendall, do you want this?
Might have to turn on the power for it. It's buggy today.
It works when you're playing too. It probably happens to you with sound too.
I don't usually, it doesn't usually bother me. Tonight's like the first night in a while that, yeah.
You have enough.
Oh, it's in
Mommy, open the envelope again. Okay, it's enough.
You're gonna. How about we play with the deck?
Oh,
Can we play with the linear deck?
Yay, you guys made it!
This is number 9. Did you know that? Number 9. Oh, 10 of 9. Just like,
They did that, so.
Yeah.
Daddy, I'm thirsty. Where's my water bottle?
I like it.
there you go.
Yeah, you're very tan.
Have like jumps back
Let's find a place to sit.
companion.
Oh,
She
she's-
found
oh,
him somewhere like in the back of the bed.
Okay, good.
I was like, where did she go?
Aw. He looks keep
I know.
Keep coming.
So where is your friends?
They left. I just got back from the beach.
Oh yeah, I saw the picture with those. Yeah, she's so cute. Is that your best friend?
One of my best friends. She's not my friend. Her best friend here. She just years back.
Thank you, Kendyl. Kept your feet safe from the mosquitoes. We have a really special treat. We have very special prayer happening. Sorry. Very special prayer happening. Julie, you want to introduce your prayer people?
It's actually just Rocco.
Okay, Rocco.
Kiki, you want to go with Rocco?
I'm ready to do the other thing. My name is
Oh, wait, hang on. Where's Tunji? Where's sound?
Sound check.
Where is the sound person?
Is it just like a switch?
Anything about it?
Me either. I just play the instruments.
Maybe it's a switch.
No, there's no switch.
Perfect, because there's some more people coming.
We need sound. Now we're starting. For the mic. Is there a switch?
I love you. All right, just another moment. We'll get it turned on.
On his way.
Okay,
He said there's
Tunji to the
not- he said there's
rescue.
not a switch I can turn.
Yeah.
And it probably destroy something major. Try to press every button. Yay!
They started earlier this time.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you?
And can I plug you?
You can now. Thank you. You can get that mic right there.
Rocco, he's on for our prayer.
Yeah, you ready?
Hi, my name is Rocco, and I'm gonna do the Hawaiian prayer. Iolo no kiki no kumana no ko pui mana no ko pui kialo na kupuna. E pupa kai ka koek malo. Ua loa ai a ka ko kai me ke loa. A mama ua no amene.
Amen.
One more.
Thank you.
I try to remember the other one that means
For once, the mic is shorter than I don't think I ever come to a mic and it's much shorter than I need it. But this is a once in a lifetime thing. I feel like so tall. Okay. Hi, welcome. It's wonderful to see some new faces and some faces that I recognize so well. I'm Lori, Dr. Lori, and we are here in our second Vital Living spiritual service. And I feel very honored, very, very privileged to be here to share some insight and some information and some new ideas with you, and then also hear from you as well. So we're kind of in a place. Nicole and I formed Vital Living Spiritual Organization just about 2 years ago, and we decided that it was time to really have a place where community can come and share and speak truth. And we cultivated this wonderful, amazing group of ambassadors to help us bring this vision forward. We're here for personal empowerment. We're also here for educating practitioners who want to practice vital living ways. And that's, when I say vital living ways, I really mean the vitality of spirit, but also the vitality of health, and really understanding that health comes from a place deep in nature and within us all, and that we can cultivate it and strengthen it by many different ways, rather than necessarily turning to other conventional ways right now that may not be helping everybody. So it's not for everybody. So we offer opportunities and options for other things. Hi. So welcome. We also want to do more community events and teach workshops and play shops and community sound healings. We have the Vital Living concerts once a month, and they're live music. And my wonderful husband Tunji has been working so hard to bring amazing practitioners to play live music. And people have come and danced and shared, and it's outdoors, and it just feels really great. So please check out that as well. So every month we have that. We have a newsletter that's happening now. We're excited about that. So the ambassadors contribute to that, many other people, and we have a little affirmation card on the table. It tells you can put it in your refrigerator. So it has like a little state, one of our doctrines and one of our tenets, so that you can walk by, and also it has save the dates for the next three services. We really also felt like the services were important because as a community, we don't always get to meet. So I'm going to take just a minute. If you can turn to maybe one person you don't know. I know it's real comfy over here. So, but just say, hi, I'm so-and-so. You know, maybe just one little thing about yourself just to meet someone. Just take a minute right now and say hi.
No, it's fine.
My teenager did it.
Thank you. We'll also have some time after, to people to visit and talk, chat, and just meet. We thought about having food more regularly, but we're working on that process. And we also would love your suggestions and feedback. And after I do my little talk and the ambassadors come up and maybe say something if they want to, we're going to leave a moment. If you have questions or you want to share something, it's a nice kind of small group today. So feel free to ask something or share something if you want to. But I thought I would go on our theme. And our theme today is embracing change. So that's January. It's January. When we're thinking about a theme for each, the last service was about the vis, which is about nature and the healing power of nature, which is sort of like the root of our practice or our vital living way, is to really connect with this amazing force that we have and the vital force within each of us. That was sort of our theme for the last service. And since it's the beginning of the year, I don't know, I feel like we felt like, change is amongst us, and change is pretty much all that's guaranteed in life. There's lots of other things we'd like to stick with, and change is going to happen. So I thought I'd just show you a little diagram that's really, I feel like it's really practical, because sometimes we don't know what needs to change. And of course, since I'm a naturopathic physician, as well as a spiritual advisor for this organization, I'm really concerned with what, looking at the root and getting to the source of what helps supporting people and what needs to change. How do we find out what needs to change? How do we explore that process? Now, this is going to be hard to read because it's, people in the back, but it's kind of a diagram, and it's really, really simple. And it says, embracing change. And the little diagram starts with normal health in this orange blob in the top. It's normal health. It's an amazing normal health. And that's how we all are meant to be. We're connected to nature, connected to our vital force. We're very, very empowered to be that way. And then what happens in life? Thank you. Oh my gosh. Then what happens in life is that you can see coming from the side is what they call a disturbing factor. And the question is, what are these disturbing factors? I know a few of them. Yes, I've been hit by a car, and that was a disturbing factor. I've been, have whatever, you start eating poorly. Or in my case, sometimes I'm at a birth and I forget to eat for 16 hours. That's a disturbing factor. It's actually a quite disturbing factor to my very keenly balanced whole system, right? So we get a disturbing factor. And if you have one, your body's like, I can still maintain normal health. But then you have 2, and then you have 5, and then boom, you go from disturbing factor to, oh, okay, now my normal function is disturbed, and I'm going to have a reaction, right? Boom. What is reactions? Reactions are like fever, inflammation, headaches, all kinds of things like that. They're like, and what the conventional world, as we know, often wants to do is get rid of the reaction, right? Get a fever, get rid of the fever. But really, the body is going through this process. It has a disturbing factor, it gets a reaction, and it turns around, and it has a discharge process, and then it goes back to normal health. So what's a discharge process? What's a discharge process? So discharge is like rashes, right? Rashes. No one likes rashes. Or what else happens when you discharge? You get kind of weird bowel stuff, or you get other things. Your body is trying to to get rid of, is trying to like discharge the whole disturbing factor, reaction, inflammation, fever, whatever, sweating, all these things. It discharges, returns to normal function. The thing is that in that whole process, the reason why I'm talking about today with change is, well, that's all cool. Body can keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that all day, all year, all lifetime, and it gets what happens. It gets tired. It's like, can we maybe change the process? What do we need to change so we don't have so many disturbing factors? What is a disturbing factor in our life? Really identifying it and then saying, okay, so if we change something, doesn't have to be overnight, but something small, then that process won't keep happening. Or maybe we'll have, some other disturbing factor, we'll just learn about that. But then, and you won't have so much reaction and so much discharge, right? So the other thing is that, in this process, thanks, we're good. You can just leave that. Perfect. So the other thing is that, when you're exploring that, sometimes it's good. It's helpful to think about change in general, because if people are like, oh, that's great, I'll just change the way I eat. That's so easy. Not so easy. Because why? Because we've been doing that for our whole life. We've been doing CD. It's in this player or whatever. I'm outdated, but we're putting the thing in there, and we just keep putting the same programming in, and we don't even think about it, and we're just like, we don't even realize we're putting the programming in. Like, I forget. My husband, he's so great. He has to eat at a regular intervals, or else he does not function well. Me, on the other hand, I can function fine, but that's not right, because it's not true. I'm not functioning fine. My adrenal glands are getting hit. My nervous system is getting hit, right? All these things, but it's not so obvious. So we have to look at, okay, change. What's hard to change? What about change? And so there's this great story. I know I'm a talker, but I'm kind of trying to watch my clock. There's a great story about change, a transformation. And some of you that know me have heard this, but since there's new faces, I'm going to mention it again. It's called The Transformation Story, or from the Essene Book of Days, I believe. And it's about life being like a series of trapeze bars. And we're going along, and we're swinging on our trapeze bar of the moment, and we're so happy. We kind of are in the same groove. We do the same thing. Things are kind of working. Even when things aren't working that well, we're just kind of on the bar. But then when things aren't working as a little bit or shaky, we see the next bar coming towards us. We're like, oh, there's another trapeze bar. That means I'm going to have to go, but now I'll just stay in my bar. I kind of know the right questions. I kind of know the right answers. But the bar's coming towards me. It's probably the next bar. So we're thinking, okay, because anyone knows about trapeze, right? You have to let go of the bar you're on to reach for the next bar. And I've really never seen a trapeze person still holding on to the other bar and then getting the other bar. You can't really do it. So you're gonna have to let go. And most people feel like, oh my gosh, look below me. There's no safety net. There's rocks, sharp rocks, and deep chasm, and I'm just gonna crash into the abyss of the unknown. So I'll just stick to my trapeze bar, even though it's not working, or whatever I need to do. But eventually you have to do it, right? And we've all done it before. So you eventually let go, and you're like, I'm gonna grip onto that new bar as soon as I possibly can. And you get onto the bar, and then it's okay, you made it, and then you can do it again, right? But the thought in that whole process is that, maybe the bars are illusions that we dream up to avoid the void. Maybe that's just our ability, our wanting to grip onto something so that life feels stable and in control. And really what it is that we need to let go and be in the process. And in the process of reaching for whatever's to come, we might just learn to fly. So in that process, I wish you all transformation and embracing change and learning to fly. It's not easy. I'm learning all the time. And if we can support each other in this community to really learn to do that and be with each other when it's not so easy to fly, it's an amazing thing. So I'd like to leave you with those thoughts, and I would like to invite other ambassadors to come up and say a few words or a few things about change that we'd like to, if anyone would like to share something. And we have a couple of our ambassadors going to do a big thing in just a little moment. So if there's anyone want to say something? Great.
Aloha, I'm Mercy. I'm a naturopathic doctor too. I work with Lori. And as we've been talking about this theme and putting things together for the newsletter, I've been thinking about it a lot in my own life as we're transitioning with all sorts of things in our lives. So, one thing I want to just put out there is that we could probably all stand to go into the space, go into the spaces between to, reflect on what changes we might want to make in our life or to reflect on what it is that we really need. So, we get busy, right? We get so busy with all of our little things, whatever it is, taking care of our kiddos or working or just going and doing and doing and going. Really, many of us, maybe not everyone, maybe some people are taking more space than I am. But I do find in life, and I did learn at a conference a long time ago, that sometimes it's hard to know what or where you need to make those changes if you don't make space to reflect. So there is a really cool meditation technique that maybe you can take home with you, where you just find space between your thought and go into that space, or go find space between your breath, between your heartbeat. So instead of going to the sound or to the thought, you're going to the space in between. And then being in that space and seeing what comes. Maybe something new will arise. One thing we encourage people to do a lot is journal. One thing I learned from Lori is everybody could, if you have one, you probably all have one somewhere at home, just put on your bedside your little journal and do your dream draw right, maybe. Like every day, just a little something, little picture, little like, what about your dream? Little like, put a word on the top of the paper and free write about it, and get all these little things that have just like been ruminating out, and then see what happens. Maybe it's something that you throw in the fire, or maybe it's something that turns into something new. So I think that's the gist of what I want to share today. Thank you all for coming.
I have to raise that mic.
Oh, yeah.
See if I know how.
Hi guys, my name is Carrie.
I have to raise it.
Oh yeah, right after you said it. Somebody tall needs to go after me. Yeah, so just on the subject of change, I love your analogy, Dr. Lori, just about how we tend to hold on to what's comfortable, what's known, even when it isn't necessarily the best thing for us, when it's not serving us. And sometimes we have even jarring change or change that we don't quite want to make. Sometimes it comes in on a whisper, sometimes it comes in on a shout. And obviously we all know it's better to listen on the whisper. But yeah, it's kind of like, I feel like the beauty of this Vital Living organization and just forming this community, it's a lot easier to make that leap or to fly when you feel supported. And even though, it's a leap of faith no matter what, and that's a very individual thing for everybody to go through their own transformation and their own transitions, knowing that you have a family, a community, a partner, whatever that is, friends that have your back, it just makes a huge difference. So that's what this Vital Living organization is all about. We all have to be responsible for our own selves and our own change, our own transformation. But when we can lift each other up and support each other and share ideas, share practices, share different methods for reflection and for embracing those changes, or to make those changes, or directions for those changes, it's a lot, not just easier, but fun. It's fun. And it makes it, more of an exploration versus something that we feel like is being forced upon us. And I think obviously we all know that's a big feeling right now, that we're feeling forced to make changes and not knowing which direction to go and not knowing which direction is correct. And to find our own direction, obviously we have to go within. That's an answer that only you can, find your own answer. But yeah, I feel like this sharing exploration together really, really helps that process. And appreciate you all being here in that note, and lots of love.
Kendyl. And I wasn't planning on saying anything, but just what comes to my heart about change is just to embrace the essence of children, because they're masters at change, and we get so in our heads about it, even like, what do I need to change? And we always have this narrative or this dialogue, and children don't. They just flow with it, and they allow it to happen. And if we can embrace more of that childness, that childlike attitude of freedom, and not thinking about it so much, not having to tell ourselves the story so much, and just allowing, it's just a beautiful process that we can step into a little bit more without getting too much in our heads about it, and anchoring more in the heart about it, and knowing that it's our essence. Change is the only constant, and we're so lucky all the time that things are changing, even though our mind is like, no, because we get those ingrained neural patterns, but our heart's fine with it. So just coming back to that idea of the children and how they flow with the constant ebb and flow of life. Thank you. Do you have any particular questions? Or I was thinking that we're having services regularly, and we're thinking about different themes and different things to do. And tonight, Sarah's going to just inspire us with sound. And I was thinking about a drumming thing at one of our next groups.
I agree. The drumming sounds fun.
Because that is one of my loves, and it also brings community, and we have a lot of drums, and people can drum and have something that we can kind of do together, and create this wave and vibration. That's what drumming does for me. It also integrates the brain a lot, and right now people are sort of stuck in one part of their brain a little, thinking too much. I think, I just love it that's why I love it when my dear friends speak, because they remind me about the children thing, and then Carrie always talks about fun, and I just love it. So questions or thoughts, or if anyone wants to share something specific or have a question about Vital Living, it's a small group, so and you can also share after. Just wanted to, but leave it open if you did. Great. Okay, and Tunji, you want to say anything about concerts, or we're good?
Well, speaking about drumming, is next month, February 19th, our concert will be the Taiko Ensemble of Honolulu's school, Kenyando's school Taiko Ensemble. So, if you don't know what that is, that's Japanese traditional drumming, but they do mixture of traditional and contemporary drumming. So there'll be a lot of drums.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We actually have
great for kids, I think.
Yeah, we actually have had so many different kinds of live music here. We had like Irish music, or I don't know. We had soul music. We had Honolulu Jazz Quartet. My classmate was up here on stage, and it was just amazing. We've had so many different types, and now we're gonna go for taiko. Hey, okay, great. Okay, so I think we're gonna. Oh,
I think Kiki wants to sing a song.
yeah, want to sing? Awesome.
She's a little bit shy, but I told her, look at the nature, don't look at people.
Let's find the right height for you. Is that good, sweetie? Okay.
There's only one thing. One person.
Oh. You could probably do it. What song is it?
Is that how I get? Any is the Malama Mama Bite?
You play it? Play it into this microphone. Put the speaker right up.
You ready? Look at the tree.
Mommy, I'm doing this game by myself. I won this.
Hai hamle hamle hae ikamuana pamane ke kula olo he ke anu ne ke aloha e no kamanue kamo olelo hakai Oli uokalani Awana ke o Hawaii Ma ponoi ka aina Kahui Hawaii Halo e ina pono E ka pai aina o Hawaii Mama Hawaii Ke aloha Ho'olo e ina pono E ka pai aina o Hawaii Mama Hawaii Mama Hawaii
You want to sit down there?
Yes. She flies off my leg. It's fine. It's the same color.
I have a hard time starting this fire with my
Oh, that's fine. No. That's what is she doing?
I'm trying to start this fire.
Smells good. Yeah, that's not actually purple.
Teamwork.
If you're where I was, you can see the camera pointing purple light up. Something's lighting up. You know what I think would have been cool? If I painted pink and purple swirls underneath. Or rainbow.
Hey, aloha, everybody. I'm just still taking a few minutes to get this fire started. It's cow dung. You know how cow dung is.
using powder.
She's doing it.
All right, it's working.
Okay.
Okay, so hello, aloha. My name is Cory, and I'm honored to be a Vital Living Ambassador. And I'm here to offer or share with you a practice that I do in my life. It's called Agnihotra. And the idea is that you do that at sunrise and sunset. So we've magically timed up with the sun setting. And it's just a way to honor the fire element. The last service we had, we honored the water element. But I just want to take a minute to honor all of the elements. So if you'll take a nice tall seat, maybe even close your eyes. And take a few breaths in through the nose and out through a gently opened mouth. And as you exhale through the mouth, let your tongue relax and soften and sit in the lower jaw. This helps to open the energies in the lower part of the body, grounding us into our physical body, into this physical space. So just taking a moment to honor the element of ether, which is the field for everything to take place. It connects us with sound. The element air is connected to our sense of touch and helps us to experience our world. The fire element is connected to our sense of vision and allows us to perceive form with our eyes. Water is connected to our sense of taste and nourishment, and earth is connected to our sense of smell. So today we are here to honor fire and this idea of change and transformation in our lives. And all change is supported, or all change needs the fire element. Fire is the Maha, the great transformer in the micro and the macro universe. So the sun is the giant fire burning in the sky, and our solar plexus is our inner sun. And it's the seat of our self-acceptance, our courage, and our ability to do this transformation, to recognize what needs to be let go so that we can open the doors to new things. So Dr. Lori gave us some potent wisdom today, and that is to start to recognize the cause for the imbalance or the symptoms that you experience as in your life as dis-ease. And I'm going to invite everybody up here today to give an offering to the fire, because the fire acts as a communicator between the physical and the non-physical worlds. You can think of it as a direct line to source. And so I'm going to ask everybody to come up and take a few grains of rice and hold them close to your heart. And think of that thing that needs to change, that might feel difficult at times, and will be supported by the process of being in community together. So take a moment. Come get some rice. Rice has the sweet taste, and so it's very nourishing for Agni or Ahi in the Hawaiian language. I think it's cool that those two sounds are so similar. Yes, good, thank you. Come close, everybody. Come maybe even so you can feel the heat of the fire. Not too close, right? So this whole process of doing Agnihotra is not just healing for us as participants, it's actually for the atmosphere and for the land where we're doing this ceremony. If we can spread the cow dung and the rice and the ghee that we're burning to your compost, or maybe to some plants that are in need of support. So everything in our life has to be digested and transformed so that we have proper assimilation and absorption of foods, thoughts, feelings, emotions. All of our experiences have to be digested for proper assimilation. Change. So holding that, you want to hold it in your right hand. We want to think about some of the energetics happening in the body. Energy is entering through our left side and it's exiting out the right. So when you offer this rice to the fire, make sure you do that with your right hand. So holding it next to our heart, take a deep breath in, imbibe those little rice grains with your intentions, your wishes, your requests for change on any level that will be most supportive for you and your soul's purpose on this planet, this lifetime. And in the tradition that I'm learning from or sharing from is Ayurveda, and it's customary that when you offer the rice to the fire that you say Svaha. Svaha is the wife of Agni, of the sun. And so make your way back up here one by one and offer your wish, your communication to the fire so that that message can be carried to source. So I'll just put mine in. Svaha. I'm going to just keep this fire going. Come on up when you're ready.
My hands. Oh, where's the rice?
On the right side of the fire.
Did you say it? Did you say it?
Yes.
Look, I did this game, Mommy.
What did you do?
I know. I learned about myself. It's very sweet.
What'd you do?
What? She said,
Get rid of the COVID. What'd you do?
It's complicated.
I don't know what I did.
that's fine.
Ooh, look, there's white on. Look, there's not cooked rice. Look, not cooked rice, Mom.
Tixier.
Well, it's not.
You're working on transforming any message that you want to send to source. Yeah, whatever your communication is.
Mommy said I'll make it. Okay, that's gonna be. Oh, those are the dope. Yeah, one's colored and one's uncolored. Why?
Thank you, everybody, for coming and offering your offering, whatever it was. I think it's definitely heard by source, and I want to just sit for a few more moments as we gaze at the fire, and we'll sit here until it goes out. And as it goes out, take every opportunity to let that smoke come towards you and inhale. It is a healing smoke. It is. We're burning cow dung, ghee, and the rice, all things that are nourishing for earth and transformation. I want to also share, just everybody had so much beautiful advice today. And one of the things was to embody your childlike attitude or perspective on things so that you're more able to go with the flow of life and its changes. And along those same lines of sort of being in that space of the inner child, to hear and honor all of the communications that happen for you as messages from source. The bird flying in front of your car to slow you down. Like all of those messages that we get from the spirit world, that we get from nature, that we get from source. To honor all of them as they come in. Swaha. Does anybody have any questions about Agnihotra? Or even change? Sometimes when we're making change, even if it's a positive change, it's a little bit of a trauma to the body. I think what Dr. Lori shared is really, I love finding the similarities between the medicine that I practice and other medicines. And this idea of just discovering or identifying what is the cause of your imbalance is so important. That's just starting to look in that direction to see if you can identify a source. Thank you so much for joining us. It's really beautiful to have a community to come together and speak these ways, to be with nature and to be with each other.
Like mine. It's so fair that mine gets a seal. Daddy,
So why don't we go ahead and carry forward this meditative space that we're in. And again, close the eyes. Find some length in your spine. Let your hands rest with the palms up so that you're able to surrender. Take a moment to establish yourself in a full, integrated breath. Take a moment from here to even connect with the elements a little bit more. So in this silence, I would like you to focus your attention on your sense of hearing. Notice the sounds in and around this beautiful space. The birds, the trees, the cars, the waves. And notice the space in between you and that sound. This is Akash, the field for all existence to happen. A gentle shift now, bringing your awareness and attention to your sense of touch.
White.
Feeling the clothes on your skin, the breeze moving the hair. This ability to feel our environment, to experience our surroundings. This is air. From here, gently shift your awareness now to your sense of vision, keeping the eyes closed, just noticing the colors kaleidoscoping behind the eyelids. You might see visions or form or even words. Our eyes allow us to perceive light. This is Agni or Agni. Once more, shifting your attention now to the water or the inside the mouth, the taste inside the mouth. The water element allows us to perceive sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, and astringent tastes. The water is a nourishing element. It helps our body to be supple and strong. One last little switch, bringing your attention now to your sense of smell, connected to the earth element. This is a way for us to ground in the physical form. This is a way for us to connect through our ability to remember. Notice any scents maybe coming from the fire, or the flowers and the trees. What smells do you perceive? From our sense of smell, we make one last subtle shift to watching the breath, moving in and out through the nostrils, expanding and contracting the lungs or the diaphragm. Sitting together, breathing together is the ultimate church, is the ultimate way for us to connect and commune and set good intentions for ourselves as individuals and for our communities. You notice your thoughts starting to wander as they get pulled away by the senses. Gently bring your attention and awareness back to the breath, to this divine mantra. Gently bring your hands together on top of your heart. Take a moment to feel grace and gratitude for that highest divine source, to be thankful for all it gives and all it takes away. May we all be blessed, healed, and nourished through these gatherings. Thank you.
would.
Where are you guys going?
So remaining in kind of a meditative, quiet space, if you brought a mat and you would like to lay down or you'd like to lay down on one of these for the sound to take, please feel free. If you want to stay seated, totally fine. It's going to be about 25 minutes, so if you need to adjust during it, you can too. So just finding your comfortable space as we get set up here.
She should keep sliding.
Yeah. When they're on.
They're on.
Oh, they're on. We're on. We're live.
People go welcome to come to the mat.
It's nice to lay down and have your head controlled. It is really nice. If you want to take advantage of it, now's the time. Now, just by a show of hands, is there anyone here who's never experienced sound therapy before, especially with the gongs? Okay. So it's really, I feel the sound experience invites us into the realm of change. And it's within this space that we are invited to fully surrender. We talked about those of us that want to hold on to the trapeze bar and we don't want to let go. And we actually can experience this within the sound. Okay, the sound is doing its best to work within our mind field, within our energy to help us release tension and help us to allow our energy to flow freely. And it's when we begin to feel a little uncomfortable, maybe the sound is helping us heal something or find resolve, and we might resist and we want to hold our breath, or we want to tense up, or we want to hold on because we don't understand what's happening or we're scared. And so it really invites us to lean in, breathe into that tension, breathe into that discomfort if something like that comes up. Okay, it's really an invitation to invite in this change and invite in the release. And when we do this, the blessings are profound. Okay, so remaining in tune with the breath and anything you may feel in your senses or see behind your eyes, it's all normal, it's all okay. And also knowing we are going to bring in these sound instruments, and yet we also have the sounds of everything else around us, the cars, maybe even sirens, the children that play, all the things, and maybe even people snoring. That happens too. So all of these are simply another vibration, just another sound. And honestly, the children tend to bring in more of that playful vibration. They remind us that healing doesn't have to be bad or overwhelming. It can be joyful and exploratory, and it can really bring in an imaginative mind and just let it free flow. It doesn't have to be a specific kind of way. So just allowing the sounds to flow through, allowing yourself to stay in tune with your breath. Allow yourself to feel without needing to change anything. If you feel emotions, let yourself feel them. Let them come up. It's okay. It's energy moving. And so we will guide us in with the breath, and I'll bring you back to the breath. You'll know when to come back into this space and awareness. Yeah. So just allowing yourself, honestly, you can watch me, and yet it's not as interesting or amazing as what you can experience within, with your eyes closed. Just allowing yourself to really tune inward. Coming back to that awareness of your breath. Allowing the breath to move in deep into the belly. Being grateful for the chickens blessing us with their wings of amazingness. Remembering your intentions for change. Just allowing a deep breath in, affirming your intention that you threw into the fire. And on the exhale, letting it go. Gently breathing in. And on the exhale, releasing the tension. And as you settle into your own rhythm with your breath, reminding yourself that there are no responsibilities here in this space, in this time. This is your space to simply be, to experience, to flow. Allowing yourself to breathe and be open to receive.
Maya, Maya, move over. Oh, Maya. You move.
So my Agni, Ohio, Shai my Agni, so my I say, hey, night, sure, I oh my
so high, oh, shine my eyes say, my soul may my very gently beginning to become aware of the sounds around you. Slowly bringing your awareness into this space, this time. Beginning to notice your breath. Just allowing your awareness to travel with the breath as it moves in effortlessly, and feeling the exhale. And upon the next inhale, drawing it in slowly yet deeply. And beginning to notice how the breath feels moving through. And allowing in a deep, gentle exhale. Coming back to this present moment. space for you to recall any feelings or visions you may have experienced. Calling it into your mind's eye. Very gently beginning to locate your hands, asking them to gently place themselves upon your heart, one on your heart and one on your belly. And once again, recalling your intention. Affirming it in your mind. And as you inhale, feeling its truth. Trusting that every little cell in your body and the entire universe at large is supporting you in whatever changes you have called for. And another deep inhale, trusting that you are capable. You have all that you need. You will have all that you need in any given moment to continue moving through these changes. One of your biggest allies is your breath. Allowing in a deep inhale once again, and as you exhale, inviting your body to begin waking up in whatever way feels good to you. Wiggling your fingers, your toes, maybe even giving your arms a good morning stretch. Being grateful for every snap, crackle, and pop that I hear. And in your own time, as you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes if you're seated. If you're laying down and you feel ready, gently rising yourself back up to a seated position. And again, only when you're ready. This is you time. Welcome back. If you went anywhere. Excuse me. I got some protein. As a vegan, it was a little awkward. When I was singing, a bug flew straight into my throat. Definitely ate a bug. That's where the little quirkiness in my voice came from. Like, well, he needed a change. Transformation. Oh. So as we come back into this present moment after really expanding within and accessing different parts of our consciousness, different parts of our inner world. Just knowing it takes a little bit of time sometimes to really make sense of what you may have seen or felt. Maybe you fell asleep. It's totally golden as well. It's all good. Just knowing you don't have to understand it fully. It's more about allowing the transformation to take place inside and just moving forward with that. Knowing that the sound really does vibrate every little cell, and it'll just carry with you moving forward. You don't have to do anything but other than love yourself and take care of yourself. Excuse me. Water. Drink a lot of water. Maybe that was my bug reminder. I need to be drinking more water. So this can also be a cellular detox. Okay, sound is extremely powerful. So it's a good energy mover, and it's good to help keep that energy moving out, in and out. So I always say drink a lot, pee a lot. And we do want to open up space, if you have anything you want to share afterwards or any questions, but I just want to carry it over to Lori if she has anything. No? No close. Yeah? Okay, yes. So thank you for being with us. This really is, as you can tell, it's all of our passion. The spirit really unified a few of us together and really wanting to bring these different practices forward. And so, like Dr. Lori mentioned, at some point we're going to have some drumming, collective drumming, and we'll have all of these other practices. And yet, if there's something you would really love to see or experience or learn about, please speak up. Let us know. We'll be here, all of us. We have our little handy dandy ambassador name tags so you can identify us. And if you have anything you want to share, any questions, we'll be here roaming around. We will be doing this once a month at least. And it's the third Sunday moving forward, the third Sunday of every month. And what's that?
Today's a Saturday.
Yeah, today's a Saturday, but we're moving it to every third Sunday. We wanted some consistency, so here we go. We're going to try that. And there was one more thing I wanted to say. Well, it'll come to me. It obviously wasn't important. But we really appreciate you guys. We appreciate you making your way out here, and we really want to support you and help you connect more deeply. So we will be putting together curriculums and different actual classes and whatnot. So if that's something you want to be part of, please make sure to jump on our newsletter list. We have a sign-up list over there for emails and names. And this is absolutely not about money. Absolutely not. And yet, if you're feeling generous and you have any donations to really help us keep this movement going, we are open to receive. And we are also open to receive volunteer help for setting up and closing up events, even with chairs, stacking things up. It's the little simple things are such a huge help. So this is community, and we love you, and we're so excited to keep this year going, fully connected, fully integrated, and fully supported. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
I know you were sleeping. I know you were so still.
I have to be like
No.
did you get with someone?
No, I know.
It was intense. There was something really intense.
Sorry.
Yeah. My voice was in here. It was there. Like,
Yeah. One went in my ear.
Yeah, one went in my nose.
Yes.
That was like
Years ago.
So long ago.
Yeah. I don't know. I
I have a mosquito bite right here.
Yeah, just don't touch them.
They are.
Well, get them away home there with Alex.
There's some
Oh, yeah. I know, thanks. Sorry you couldn't do it. Yeah.
the meat's on the bottom.